Life, sweet life, sweet life, sweet life. Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be making these adorable Mickey and Minnie Hot Cocoa Bombs. So we're going to be starting with our hot cocoa bomb mold, and we're going to be using a few molds for the bow and for the ears, but we're going to start off with some Wilton red candy melts, and then we're going to use some of the chocolate almond bark. So we're just going to use a few pieces of that because we're only making two of these. We're actually making these for a gift for one of my friend's daughter. It's her birthday and she's not having a party or anything, but she loves hot cocoa bombs and she loves Mickey and Minnie. So I thought these would be very cute to make for her. So I just went ahead and melted both of those in the microwave, and I didn't use any oil whatsoever. No coconut oil, no Paramount crystals, no anything. We're just going to go straight into the hot cocoa mold, and we're going to do we're going to do two sides brown and two of them actually red, because these cocoa bombs are actually two-toned, where the top of them is brown and the bottom is red. So you're going to see me doing the two tops brown, and I'm just using my popsicle stick to work that chocolate up the sides and kind of get the mold completely covered. So I'm just using that. And as you know, the chocolate always goes down to the bottom of the mold and it kind of settles there. So I just use my popsicle stick. You can also use a brush or a spoon to work that chocolate back up the sides, because we want to make sure we have nice secure sides so that we can actually get these out of the mold. So I'm just going to go in and do the same thing with the red chocolate. Guys, be sure to stay tuned to the end of this video because I will show you a very cool way of how I package my cocoa bomb. So I'm just going back around the sides of each of the half circles, and I'm just putting a little bit of extra chocolate around the actual sides of each one. Like I said, we don't want the chocolate on those sides to be too thin, because when you get ready to take it out of the mold, the sides may crack on you. So I'm just going in and putting just a little bit more chocolate around the edges just to make it a little bit thicker. So when it is time to take them out, and also when it's time to melt the chocolate to stick it together, it's not too weak or too thin for us to do that step. So I just press those pearls down just a little bit so they'll set in the chocolate but not actually sink. So that bowl is going to go into the refrigerator. So this mold is actually a chocolate macaron mold. And you can actually fill it up and it'll give you the shape of like a macaron cookie. But I thought it would be cool to use this for the actual ears of Mickey and Minnie. So I'm just going to put just a little bit of chocolate in the bottom of each one of these to fill it up. And then they're going to give me that flat circle that I need. And they were around the perfect circle size for the ratio of the actual cocoa bomb, because you don't want your ears to be too big or too little. So they actually were the perfect size. So now our cocoa bombs are out of the fridge, and as you can see, they popped out perfectly because of that extra chocolate that we put around the sides. So we're just going to get those out of that mold, and they're nice and shiny. And like I said, we didn't add any oil. So now we have a small skillet pan that we had sitting on the stove to heat it up, and we're just going to use that, and we're just going to quickly put our cocoa bombs down into that so we can even out the tops of those, because we want them to be perfectly flat so that they'll fit perfectly onto each other when we close them up. You can see the extra chocolate that was around there. So one quick spin in that hot pan, and then you get perfectly flat cocoa bombs. So these are just little circles that I made out of fondant with a bubble straw, and it's just white and yellow fondant that I rolled out and used the bubble straw to make those. So now on the bottom of the Minnie Mouse one, I'm just adding dots of red chocolate, and I'm just going to put those little white fondant circles that I made onto the bottom. I'm sorry guys that I'm out of frame. I didn't even realize that I wasn't in the frame of the camera. But yeah, so we have those polka dots down on the bottom. Those are super quick and easy to make. You can also do those with white chocolate if you want, but I just thought it would be easier to do just little fondant circles. So now into the bottom, remember the red is the bottom, we're going to put half a pack of hot cocoa mix. So this one pack of hot cocoa mix is going to make 2 hot cocoa bombs, because remember you have the chocolate from the actual hot cocoa bomb that's going to melt into the milk as well. So you only need half a pack in each one. And although it came with tiny marshmallows, you guys already know we're going to add more marshmallows, because you can never have too many marshmallows. So I'm just adding more marshmallows. Put as many as you like. And then we're going to get the tops of those, which is the brown, which is the top of the Mickey and Minnie. We're going to get those back into our hot pan. I'm just cleaning out the chocolate that was in there before. And we're going to quickly get the top of that into that. And then we're going to carefully place it on top. Just like that. Very easy, guys. Very easy. And so there we have the cocoa bombs so far. So now, one step further, we're going to get our bow out of our mold. And then we're going to get our little circles that we used the macaron. You see how it came out to be the little flat circles? Because I didn't fill up the mold all the way. I just filled up the bottom of it with chocolate. And it came out to be perfect Mickey Mouse ears for us. So now we're just going to get those ears we're going to put a little bit of the melted chocolate onto the top of the cocoa bomb where the ears are going to go. And then we're going to get those little circles into our pan, and we're going to melt it down maybe like 1/3 of the way. And then we're actually going to stick that into that melted chocolate. We're going to hold it for a few seconds, and then it'll stick like so. Like I said, we're going to melt it down, and then we're going to get it into the melted chocolate, and then it sticks perfectly. How perfect were those, guys? And we're going to do the same thing for Minnie. Okay, so adding those ears or anything that you add on the top of a hot cocoa bomb will add weight to it. And since it is a circle, it will want to like tumble over. So that's why I'm sitting them in the middle of, in the back of the mold. And so as you can see, I just added a little bit of chocolate to the back of that bow and I glued it to the ears. And so now I'm just putting 2 little dots of chocolate and I'm going to add those 2 yellow little dots for Mickey. And that is it, guys. How freaking adorable are these? And they are so, so easy to make. So now I'm going to show you guys how I package them. So a lot of people sell their hot cocoa bombs by 4 or 6 or whatever, so it's easy to put them in cupcake containers. But last year I noticed during Christmas season, I had people who ordered odd numbers of cocoa bombs. So I needed a way to package like one cocoa bomb by itself. So I ended up buying these containers, and they came with these little individual inserts, and they actually were perfect for individual cocoa bombs. So it's a box that just folds, and you just fold the 2 flaps down, and then you tuck the flap in, and then you have a perfect little box. Simple and easy. So now we're going to fill up each one of those boxes with more marshmallows. Like I said, we can never have too many marshmallows. And then we're going to get our cocoa bombs into those boxes. And there we go. See how perfectly they fit? And the fact that we put those marshmallows at the bottom lets them sit up a little bit higher so you can still see the design while they're in the box. So now we're going to take these plain plastic cellophane bags and we're just going to put those into those bags, and they fit perfectly, as you can see. And then we're going to tie those bags with ribbon. You got to be very careful not to get too close to the ears or not to put any pressure on the ears because they will fall off. So we're going just above the ears and we're going to tie it. I just have some little red and white ribbon that I had left over from last year. And we're going to just get that bow on there. How cute is that? So cute. And this is a way for you to give out individual hot cocoa bombs each year, and it's a cost efficient way because that container, that box, with those boxes and those containers, I think 12 of them came in that box if I'm not mistaken. And then these little bags and that ribbon was just $1 from Dollar Tree. So very cost efficient way of packaging them. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and most of all, subscribe, guys. Bye. Sweet life.